to a long life.
No.
I mean,
no.
But is that the price to be a Rocky Marciano or a Khabib who has to retire at whatever he was, 32 or whatever? It's like, is that what it takes?
It probably
to
does.
be icon, to be legends.
Yeah, you give up something to get something. Like I don't
You
think
give up
you
life.
can be. Yeah, I don't think you can be completely balanced to be the best ever. But it depends on how you're doing it. Like the thing that's so brilliant about Floyd Mayweather is that if you look at his career, he might have been really hit hard 4 or 5 times. In his whole career, which is insanity. I mean, he really was only that's Hagler.
Yeah.
In the snow, screaming war.
Dude, why
it was the best.
Yeah, but so why do we love stories like this?
Well, for me, when I was a kid, Hagler was the man.
Yeah.
When I was in high school.
But we still love them now.
Yeah.
I love like that clip you sent me yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Or this.
This clip is the same YouTube website. It's Boxing Life. Is that the YouTube channel? So a really good channel. But with Hagler's discipline was it was so admirable. Like he didn't have to go to fucking Cape Cod in the middle of the winter.
Right.
He did it because he wanted to be separated. He wanted to live a Spartan life. Look, he would run backwards.
Yeah.
Throwing punches. And that's I think that's either Goody or Pat. They're the Petronelli brothers were the guys who trained him. But like this is his workout: 6-mile run, steep hills, running backwards, breakfast, rest, watch TV, film, late lunch, boxing training, strength and conditioning, dinner, watch film, and sleep. Repeat, rinse.
That's it.
Do it again, day after day after day.
That's it.
I
don't see too much chill out in there. And
my favorite fight with him was against John the Beast Mugabi, because everybody points to the Hearns fight where he beat the shit out of Hearns and KO'd him. Incredible knockout for sure. One of the best boxing matches, one of the best, most entertaining world championship fights of all time. But for me, it was Mugabi, because Mugabi was uniquely talented. Mugabi had insane power. I remember I was at a boxing gym in Massachusetts at the time Mugabi was about to fight Hagler, when Mugabi was coming up. And they were telling me stories about Mugabi fighting guys, and they never fought again. They had brain damage. I don't know how much. Again, boxing gym talk, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
But I remember being a kid listening to this going, what the fuck? Like, he hit that hard. Mugabi just was flattening people. See if you can find John Mugabi. Who did he KO? Did he KO Terry Norris? No, that was later. Who did John Mugabi fight that he knocked out?
Best KOs of John Mugabi.
Let's see. Pull up John Mugabi's record. So John Mugabi was like almost kind of, okay, here, top John Mugabi greatest knockouts. He was almost like a Francis Ngannou guy, where it's like his power was just so crazy. You would watch him hit people and you'd go, what the fuck, man? Oh, this is Julian Jackson, right? Is that who it is? I'm pretty sure he KO'd Julian Jackson, or maybe that was Terry Norris. No, Julian Jackson KO'd Terry Norris. But, he just had extraordinary power. Are they showing the KOs here? This is just a lot of boxing. Here it is. Here he goes.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Bro. He just had this one-punch knockout power, and when he fought Hagler, man, he caught Hagler with some big shots.
Yeah.
And one of the more impressive things about Marvin was not just that he was such a big puncher and a great boxer, but also how durable he was, because he was in such incredible shape. He never went down his entire career. He has one knockdown, and it was 100% bullshit. He fought this guy named Juan Roldan, and when Hagler was bending over, Juan Roldan kind of cuffed him in the back of the neck, and he fell forward, and they called it a knockdown. It was not a knockdown, and most boxing experts, I would actually argue that all boxing experts agree that that was not a real knockdown. So you're talking about a guy who fought Tommy Hearns. He fought
you see that last one?
Yeah, it was a little illegal.
A little on the knee.
One knee down, he KOs him. Yeah. But the point is, Mugabi was terrifying, and he was fucking everybody up, and Hagler broke him. But in the beginning, it was rough. Mugabi was landing some big shots. See if you can find Mugabi. Well, I know it's available. Mugabi versus Hagler. It was mean, too, man, like hitting guys where they were down.
Yeah.
Dangerous guy. And I don't know if he fought again after Hagler KO'd him, but he was never in the conversation again. Hagler broke him. Hagler told him he was going to retire him. He's like, I'm going to retire him. He's never going to box again. and he just beat him down. And I think it was the 11th round when he finally stopped him.
5'8" and 5'9".
Yeah, 160. You know, that's about right. You know, generally speaking, for, you know, heavily muscled guys, especially back then, those guys were not cutting a lot of weight like they are today.
Right.
Like some of these guys today are cutting big weight.
Oh, God, Hagler looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, by the time the 8th round started happening, one of the things about Hagler that was so good was Hagler could switch. So he could fight you southpaw, and then in the middle of nowhere, he would switch up and start fighting you orthodox and was just as good.
Wow.
Just as good. The only guy who's like that is Terrence Crawford, who's champion now. He's the only guy that I've ever seen that fights just as good from southpaw as from orthodox. But Hagler was a rarity back then, a guy that could switch it up like that. Like nobody had ever seen that before.
Yeah.
But that's also why it was very difficult for him to get fights early on, because nobody really wanted to fight a southpaw. Like southpaws were too awkward. Everything's backwards.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to fighting southpaws, they have an advantage because they're always fighting orthodox people.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so they're accustomed to that one look. Now, this fight had gone back and forth and back and forth. This is the end. This is when Hagler finally gets him. Boom, and that was it. And I think that was the 11th or the 12th round. I think it was the 11th round of a 12-round fight. So Hagler fought in the era where they used to have 15-round fights, and they turned them into 12-rounders after Duck Koo Kim died, when Ray Mancini KO'd Duck Koo Kim.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. 15 rounds of headshots.
Yeah, man.